This is the Missouri Kid 96, and this is your Captain America Civil War review. I had one up ready to go. I tried uploading it YouTube, or my editor, something was going on. It wouldn't let me upload it. It kept saying, though, that it was going to upload, and it was like a certain percent. I don't know. But it's not going to let me upload it. I stopped it. So I'm just going to do another one. So Captain America Civil War, starring Chris Evans as the main man, Captain America, and Tony Stark, played by Robert Downey Jr. Could you imagine anyone else in these two roles? Marvel did a great job casting this movie. And who knew Chris Evans would go from playing Human Torch and Fantastic Four to Captain America? Now Michael B. Jordan is going to be in the Black Panther movie, so I guess if you play the Human Torch in a bad Fantastic Four movie, you get a good part in Marvel. And of course, those two are fantastic as they oppose each other on the Sokovia Accords, which the government wants to start keeping the Avengers under control. They want to keep them under wraps. Make sure that they are kept in check, as it is repeatedly said throughout the movie. Tony Stark is for it, as a team of Avengers are, and Captain America is against it. And I'm going into this movie Team Cap. Of course, who's not going into this Team Cap? He's the good guy. He's the guy we all want to be. Tony Stark's the kind of guy we secretly want to be, but Captain America's on the outside. We want to be like him. But if you don't flip-flop in this movie, you are unbelievably stubborn. Because they do a great job of making both protagonistic sides a good reason why they believe that this is how things should be, and this is how things should be. And what a weird flip, because you would think, and it's weird throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe how these things have flipped, because Captain America at first was, I'm for the government, let's fight, let's go do what we need to do, whatever the government tells us, of course, in World War II. And Iron Man was very anti-government. He stopped his weapons program. Kind of became his own thing, his own vigilante, his own superhero, of course, in Iron Man. And now they've flipped. Now Captain America is very, I'm not going to tell you what the government tells me to do. Because what if they send the Avengers a place that they don't want to be? Or what if they send the Avengers to a place they need to be, but can't because, the government's got to stay out of it. So you see both sides in the picture. And that's awesome. I mean, it's a Marvel movie. Of course it's good, guys. I mean, what Marvel movie? I mean, Thor: The Dark World was okay, I guess, but most of their movies are pretty damn good. This one is no exception. It's right up there with Winter Soldier as far as my favorite Marvel movies, with Ant-Man and Guardians, which I'm sure and Iron Man, which I'm sure is a lot of people's top 5 now. Captain America now, I think, has one of the top trilogies of superhero movies ever. It's right there with Batman and the Dark Knight trilogy. So what else can you say? The action in this movie is fantastic. A lot of the Marvel action has been, but what's weird is when you get a lot of big action set pieces, it's been the Avengers verse, like a group of like aliens, like the same people, like in Ultron. They fought all the Ultron robots. In the first Avengers, they fought the Chitauri from Loki. And that's what it seems to a lot of these big movies, is they just fight like a bunch of minions. And here when they're fighting each other, it's fantastic. There's that scene you see in the trailer where they're running at each other. That scene takes place in an airport in the movie. I'm not spoiling anything. Try to keep these spoiler-free, even though the movie's been out for like 3 weeks. You see them running at each other. That takes place in an airport. That action is probably some of the best action you've seen in a superhero movie, maybe a movie. Everybody gets their fair share of time. You see powers that you don't really remember people had, and it's kind of awesome. So that whole scene, it's a decent length scene too, and never once are you like, come on. As far as issues, like most of the Marvel standalones, villain not great. You understand his motivation at the end, but again, not memorable. I don't think you really needed him in this movie. But you get where he's coming from at the end of the movie. New characters, Spider-Man, Tom Holland, fantastic. Really entertaining to see. I cannot wait for Spider-Man Homecoming next year. That's going to be a really fun movie, especially now it's going to be like a John Hughes, like 16 Candles, Ferris Bueller kind of movie. Coming to age story, that's going to be a lot of fun. He's fantastic in the movie. Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, fantastic. Can't wait for the new movie next year, or 2 years, I think, actually. Marvel does a great job with their castings. I mean, everyone that they've brought into their world to play a main hero or main villain, perfect. I mean, even James Spader as Ultron, it was just a voice, but that voice, I mean, maybe the dialogue wasn't always the best for him for Ultron, but I mean he delivered it perfectly. He made Ultron really funny. But with Civil War, that the casting stays the same. I mean, Scarlet Witch is really fun. Vision's really cool. I wish they kind of give Vision their own movie. They're not going to, but that's okay, I guess. What else can I really say about this movie other than it's fantastic? Yeah, you got to see it in theaters because just seeing these big action pieces in theaters is awesome. I know I've been saying that a lot, but this movie is just awesome. It's everything you want it to be, really, in a Marvel movie. It's everything. It exceeds some expectations for me. Now, of course, you're going to get those people that complain, well, it's not like the comic. It couldn't be like the comic. When you had Tony Stark pull off his mask at the end of the first Iron Man and go, hey, I'm Iron Man. Or he didn't really pull off his mask. I know it was a press conference. And you go, I'm Iron Man. You can never do that storyline. But what this really does is set up, because the Avengers are divided, it sets up Infinity War interestingly, because in the next Marvel movies, and again, not spoiling things, Hulk, Thor, not in this movie. They're going to be in Ragnarok, which I think is going to be actually really good. They just announced some casting details. So I think that movie's going to be pretty damn good. Ragnarok storyline in the comics, plus a little bit of Planet Hulk. Sounds like it'd be really cool. You got Guardians of the Galaxy coming out. You got a couple other movies coming out, but none of the movies, I think, are tied to the main people are fighting. Not Spider-Man. He's barely even in the movie. He's really good, but he's only in like 2 or 3 scenes. But again, he's really good. Black Panther, he's kind of become, I'm not going to spoil what happens to him, but the main 2 people aren't going to be in this movie, any movies coming up as a star role. So it's going to be interesting to see where they are come Infinity War, because they're probably going to still be not fighting, but they're going to be on opposite sides of something, and they're going to have to come together to take down Ultron before we start Phase 5. Are we on Phase 3 or are we on Phase 4? Whatever. We're on Phase, Marvel. I think we're on Phase 3. Yeah, Phase 3, because every Avengers movie. So, this movie's fantastic. Go see it in theaters. It's going to set up everything that you hope for the next part of the Marvel Universe. I've seen it 3 times in theaters. Worth it. Twice was free. So, every time it was worth seeing. It's got that quick Josh Whedon humor, the quick quips from all the players. Spider-Man's hilarious, like I said earlier. Tony Stark, he's got his one-liners in there. So that's all really you can say. It's a great story. Sebastian Stan as Bucky plays a key role, and it's a good role. The end of the movie's great. The fight's fantastic. Go see it in theaters. If I had to give a score out of 10, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. It's a great movie, one of my favorite Marvel movies. You guys all have a great night. Just learned of the news of Muhammad Ali's passing, so may he rest in peace. Check my Twitter. I got more stuff about that at PsychoZ_50. I am the Missouri Kid 96. Go see Captain America Civil War if you haven't already, please. And for the next trilogy of movies, I kind of cut out that Disney one. So the next trilogy... jeez, my leg itches. The next trilogy of movies I will do Step 1 of Star Wars. Star Wars A New Hope, Star Wars The Phantom Menace, or Star Wars The Force Awakens. You pick which one I'm going to do. I will see the votes. Hopefully I can do it tomorrow. I got work tomorrow. I work at the St. Louis Zoo. A lot of fun. Not really. You guys all have a great night. Rest in peace, Muhammad Ali. And I will see you guys tomorrow with a review of one of the 3 first Star Wars in a trilogy.